Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cars and Coffee Las Vegas. Boy, it looks like trucks are all the rage now. If you can see this absolutely beautiful truck here. You know, there's been lots of these trucks just popping up everywhere. Why do you think trucks are all of a sudden wanting to get back on the road and especially restore them? They were just work trucks in the past, but now as of late.
It's interesting. People have gone through just about every popular car that there is to go through. Camaros, Corvettes, Mustangs, Chrysler products, and all of a sudden pickup trucks became an issue. And I don't think that it's really currently a huge explosion. I think it's just been a slow build. It's been going on for a number of years, and people are finding out that the earlier cooler trucks, you think about the 56 Ford F100s or 5s or 4s, beautiful trucks. They were beautiful trucks stock. And people, I can remember in the 70s and 80s, were making absolutely gorgeous show vehicles out of them. And that spread into, Dodge products and the early Chevy stuff, 50s, particularly 50s into the early 60s, started to get really dominant as far as people wanting to make a custom vehicle out of. And my favorite has always been 67, 68 Chevy short bed pickups. And it's probably, I had one back in probably 1969 or 70, and in 68 I had a Suburban, which is one I thought, would be a neat one, and everybody seems to have done a Suburban, and I wanted to go back and do a 67 pickup. 67s and 8s were the year that the hood was slanted.
Oh, okay.
It was the only year that had this grill element, and then 69, the big aluminum grill happened with the straight prow. These trucks have become so popular and so hard to find that a lot of people are buying 69 through 72 Chevys, which are basically the same truck, and putting a 67 front end on them. I thought the 67s were smooth and nice, and we had an opportunity to buy one, and then we sold it to a really, really good customer in the interim of starting to build it, and then changed the plan. He wanted to change the color, and we found some nice colors for it. And typically we'll make our own colors. And took the truck all apart again and frame offed it. So what you see here is it's got 17 miles on it. I drove it from the shop or to my house and out to here. So this is the first run, and we try to always bring our stuff to Cars and Coffee. And Saul, you're great for letting us showcase these trucks or cars whenever we build one and bring them up front. And we're probably one of your older sponsors. I think we've been here from about the first year you were doing this. I can remember coming out here to this show, and the winter would set up a 10 by 10, and it was cold, and we'd wait for the sun to come over the buildings, and there'd be 20 cars, and we thought we had a lot going on. And look what's happened. We've got 200, 300 cars that come by on a Saturday. We're proud to have been a sponsor as long as we have. I think building the custom car community the way that you've helped make it happen is a big thing in town. This is the King Kong of a couple of large shows that go on a weekly basis, and we're proud to be sponsors. And it's so neat to see some of those thousands of cars that just never saw the light of day. And you have been a big part in bringing those cars out of the garages. You've been a big help to us and in our businesses, and the way you've helped promote us. So we're proud to be here, and we thank you for letting us do this with you.
No, absolutely. We're really happy that you actually, get to bring these cars out because, a lot of people think of restorations as, oh, yeah, just take it down to the paint shop and, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And you certainly take away a lot of the headache. I know, some folks have taken just years to restore. They start them, they stop them, they run out of money. And some of the things that you do are just absolutely amazing. And it's really nice to be able to come by and see some of the recreations. This particular one, though, this is a C10?
Yeah, half-ton. C10 would mean a half-ton pickup, C20 a three-quarter ton. The half-ton pickups, of course, are always closer to being a car. So those were the popular ones for the guys that wanted to lower, want to have a hot rod. And that's gone back. People were lowering these trucks when they were new, but it's to take them now. The one thing that we're able to do, having both the performance center and the collision center, is we're able to take a car bare frame, fabricate whatever's necessary. We build engines, transmissions, axles, suspensions. We're dealers for air ride products. We do coilover suspensions. We do all different types of stuff, independent suspensions. We could build a truck like this with a complete custom built frame and an LS motor and that type of build, computerized 30 mile a gallon reliability of a brand new vehicle type of build. Or like this one, a customer request was old school. I wanted old school. So it's a carbureted 327. I was building those 50 years ago. And it's cool to build an old drivetrain into one for a minute, and I have to be able to afford the customer the same reliability and the same ease of trying to start it and run it on today's pump gas. So to be able to do all of it in the store, the only thing we're not doing in the store presently is the soft trim stuff. We do all the body work, all the paint work, all the body modifications. We make our own colors for most of the cars that we build, and we do all of the mechanical end of the car, electrical end of the car, whatever options a customer may want, and give them a car that we technically can turn them loose in and know that they've got the same durability and reliability that a new car is going to afford. And that's what customers come to expect today.
Now, so this already has an owner. Has he seen the final product yet?
He came in from Europe, actually I believe that he was in China, and came back about a week ago and got to see it. He was in town for about an hour, and he really liked what he saw, and we've got a couple of them just doing a rundown and a checkout, and we tried to at least put on a complete build 40 or 50 or 75 miles on to make sure that if there's a wind leak or a rattle or something that we missed, that it gets taken care of. And I'll say that this car has been just phenomenal. This truck just, so far, 17 miles, everything is perfect. So,
is it staying here in the States, or is it going overseas?
No, he will probably leave it here. He's got a house here. He actually lives here and in California. He's got a beautiful place in California. So it'll go back and forth between here and there. We rotate cars for him to his coast homes.
Now, if people have a bucket of bolts sitting in the back of the garage they've been meaning to get around to, and they don't know how to get a hold of you, how would they get a hold of you?
Real easy. We've got a website, tuckerscollisioncenter.com, tuckersperformancecenter.com. All the contact information is there. And of course, we're listed if anybody reads a phone book anymore, I'm not so sure that they do. The internet's probably the easiest way to find us. And of course, if they're here, they can ask you, Saul, because you always have that information. We thank you for that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for coming out, Cars and Coffee, and sharing another beautiful restoration with us.
Thank you for having me. We really, really enjoy it.